$68,000 a year sounds like a good salary. After taxes, rent, and one trip to the grocery store, you find out it really isn't. If you've ever made decent money on paper and still felt broke by the 20th of the month, this is for you. Today, I am breaking down my real monthly budget on $63,000 a year. Every category, every dollar. No perfection, no pretending, no numbers picked to make me look good. Let's start where this always gets confusing. Gross income and real income are two very different numbers, and nobody explains that gap on a paycheck stub. $63,000 a year breaks down to about $5,250 a month before anything is taken out. I live in Arizona, which has one of the lowest state tax rates in the country, a flat 2.5%. Even with that advantage, after federal taxes and the standard payroll deductions, my real take-home pay is $4,412 a month. That is the actual number from my own pay stub, not an estimate. That is already close to $840 gone before I have spent a single cent on anything else. So if you have ever looked at an offer letter, felt good about the number, and then felt confused 2 paychecks later, that gap is why. First up, the biggest line item in my entire budget, rent. My rent is $2,000 a month. That is on the higher end for the Phoenix area, where a typical one-bedroom runs closer to $1,200 to $1,500. But rent here has moved a lot over the past few years, and what is actually available does not always match what the citywide average says. $2,000 out of $4,412 is just over 45% of my take-home pay. Every financial guideline says housing should stay under 30%. I am already 15 points over that, on rent alone. Now add utilities, $500 a month, and this one includes something most budgets do not have to think about. I drive a Tesla, and my home charging cost is folded into this utility bill instead of showing up as a separate gas expense. Add that $500 to my rent, and the real cost of keeping a roof over my head and the lights on is $2,500 a month. That is 56.5% of my take-home pay on housing and utilities alone, before a single other category exists. Next, groceries, $500 a month for one person. That is above the USDA's moderate estimate for a single adult, which usually lands closer to $400. But grocery prices have climbed so much over the last few years that a number that used to feel generous now barely covers the basics. If your grocery total has felt heavier lately, and you assumed it was just you spending more carelessly, it probably was not just you. The prices actually moved. So far, housing and food alone are eating most of this paycheck. Here is where the rest of it goes. Transportation. My car payment is $220 a month, well below the average car payment right now, which is over $500 for a used car and over $700 for new. Car insurance is $98 a month, also well under the typical $180 to $200 range most drivers report. And because I drive an electric car, gas is $0. That is one of the only places in this entire budget where things get easier instead of harder. Altogether, transportation comes out to $318 a month, just over 7% of my take-home pay. Debt payments. I am currently carrying $10,000 in debt, and my total payment across all of it is $180 a month. That is just over 4% of my take-home pay going toward debt I took on before this budget existed. It is not gone tomorrow, but it is not running my life either. $180 a month is a payment I can make without it touching anything else in this video. Investing. $200 a month automatically, the same day I get paid. This is not what is left over by accident. This is a line item I decided on, the same way I decided on rent. The average millennial has somewhere around $82,000 saved for retirement, but that average hides a much lower typical balance for most people in their 30s. $200 a month will not get me there by itself, but it is the habit that compounds. And the habit is the part most people skip while waiting to have more money first. A few more real numbers before the final reveal. My phone bill is $85 a month, and I work out at home using a fitness app that costs me $59 a month. Instead of paying for a gym membership, I would probably use twice and then feel guilty about. Together, that is $144 a month on two things that are easy to forget when you are adding up a budget. because neither one feels like a big number by itself. So here is the number we have been building toward. Take-home pay, $4,412. Subtract rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, debt, investing, my phone, and my workout app, and what is left for absolutely everything else, dining out, shopping, gifts, the unexpected stuff, is $570 a month. Once you remember that housing alone is over 56% of this budget, $570 left over starts to look less like a failure and a lot more like the actual math of living in this city on this salary right now. So what do I actually do with that? 3 real moves. Step 1. I checked my real take-home pay on an actual pay stub instead of guessing, and it changed almost every number in this video. If you have not done that this month, do it before anything else. Step 2. My $10,000 in debt is not going anywhere on its own at $180 a month. The next move is figuring out which part of that debt has the highest interest rate and sending any extra dollars there first, not spread evenly across all of it. Step 3. The $200 I invest stays automatic no matter what happens in the rest of this budget. The plan is not to wait for a raise to start. The plan is to raise that number the next time something here gets easier, even by $25. A salary that sounds fine on paper and a budget that actually adds up are 2 very different things. And now you know exactly why mine looks like this. If your real numbers are anywhere close to mine, tell me in the comments. Not your salary, your actual number. I promise you are not the only one doing this math. See you Monday. For educational purposes only, not financial advice. Consult a qualified financial professional before making any financial decisions.